I'm Mike Lembeck with CityVest Realty Services, and here's this week's Southern California Multifamily Market update. This week, there are some encouraging signs for multifamily investors, but also an important trend worth keeping an eye on. Commercial real estate investment activity is picking up, and multifamily continues to attract significant investor capital. Here's what Southern California apartment owners should know. Commercial real estate investment sales increased significantly in the first quarter, with multifamily remaining the highest volume property sector by total dollars. That's an encouraging sign. Despite higher borrowing costs and continued economic uncertainty, investors are still actively looking for apartment properties when the location, pricing, and investment fundamentals make sense. Nationally, we're also seeing an increase in multifamily loan delinquencies, but it's important to put that in perspective for our local market. At this point, Southern California is not experiencing the same level of multifamily distress we're seeing reported in some markets across the country. However, it's still a trend worth watching. As loans mature and owners refinance at today's higher interest rates, some properties could face increased financial pressure, particularly those purchased with aggressive financing or optimistic income projections. Here in Southern California, limited supply, strong long term housing demand, and high barriers to new development continue to provide important support for multifamily property values. So, my takeaway this week is this: the national headlines may point to increasing financial stress in parts of the multifamily market, but real estate is local, and Southern California has its own market dynamics. For apartment owners, the key is understanding how your property's current income, financing, equity position, and local market conditions affect your options. If you'd like to discuss what's happening in your specific market, give me a call. All right, that's it for this week. I'll see you next week with another Southern California multifamily market update.